Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham
Hey, y'all.
and Server,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta. Tim's not drinking tonight.
No, what are you drinking? Yeah, you got what? Wait,
Juice.
is that red wine with ice in it?
Ice.
It is. It was a little warm. I had to cool it off a little bit. Can't drink really hot red wine.
Was it
Where
hot?
was your red wine being stored? Where were you storing it?
It was in a vehicle.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So I still have opinions, but I think you've explained away the worst of it. My grandma always did ice cubes in her white wine, so that's like I'm used to that. But I still I think people are pretty judgy about it. I once put her wine glass under the ice machine and let ice fall into a wine glass, and it just shattered everywhere. I mean, the glass just went everywhere because I'm an idiot, and I would have put ice into that in the first place, except for my weird grandma, rest in peace. But it happens,
Man, I like her.
I'm just like, man, it just shattered everywhere, and I'm just like, great, broke that wine glass.
Nana liked her white Zen on the colder side.
That's right. That's right.
White Zen Chardonnay.
Whatever the hell grandma wants, like you just do that thing,
Yeah, I think that's one thing, because white wine is supposed to be chilled, and obviously putting it on the rocks is kind of a different way of going about it. But the red wine with the ice,
weird.
that's a little.
It's
that's
supposed to be
different.
room temperature, actually a little cooler than room temperature. But
slightly cooler. That's right. Nothing that we could do in like a fridge, but
today's high was room temperature. So what car?
It's been in Florida, David.
It was nice out, man. I smoked a butt, and I enjoyed checking on it. I enjoyed checking out that butt.
I do not know how smoking a butt and the temperature being nice outside are connected to each other, but yeah, good for you, man.
Because it's an outdoor activity.
He did it naked.
It's an outdoor activity.
There you go.
Smoked meats is an outdoors activity.
Naked smoked meats.
I didn't say
All
naked.
Right.
Tim said naked. How do you do it?
I'm fully
partially
naked, completely
clothed.
Fully naked out front.
It's called butt ass naked. You're doing a butt. You got to be butt ass naked for it. All right,
that's right.
Gone way
that's
off
right.
the line.
You got to show your butt while you're smoking that butt.
So what about Georgia State?
Yeah,
You're Georgia
that's
State.
A good segue there, Tim.
We are Georgia State.
Yes, and we are coming off a win. We're coming off a big win against Old Dominion. A big win.
Huge
the
win.
Looks big.
Huge win.
The score looks big, but it was the third quarter. It was all third quarter antics.
It was a very appropriate win. I feel like our team played exactly to the level of our expectations heading into the season, and that was good. That was good.
Well, I've got my little notebook here that I keep for like episode titles and things, and I wrote down all of our definite wins of the season, and Old Dominion was definitely one of those definite wins. So we did what I did. We did what I thought we were supposed to do, which was this was a preseason, write it in ink.
I think we all had this game as a game we were going to win without any kind of doubt, right?
But then they go and beat Coastal. They not only beat Coastal, but they thumped the hell out of Coastal.
Trashed Coastal.
A team that thumped the hell out of us.
Yeah, I had this win going in, but with ODU's season, I was a little worried. ODU's season plus our season, I was pretty worried going into it. But we did what we were supposed to do.
I was so thankful that we won this game. The last thing I wanted, because we're playing all four of the new teams. And while you guys know how I feel about the conference, and I don't give a crap about it at all.
Sure.
But I want the conference, the conference Georgia State's in, whatever that conference to be good. I mean, on a surface level, don't care about it, but whatever. I did not want to be the team that lost to all four of the newbies. So beating Old Dominion was like to me, that was a must win on the schedule. Like, it's beat the trash down south and beat any of the newbies. Like, that's got to happen. That's got to happen to be a successful season for me. If we lost to all 4 of the new guys, I would be so upset. So at least I know from now on we're not losing to all 4 of the new guys.
That would be like losing to an FCS team, right?
Yeah.
Except multiple of them in one season.
Yeah. We played JMU. Was it second to last week of the season? And that's they're starting to show their signs of being a little fatigued. But I'm glad. This was a very big relief after the season we've had so far. Big relief for me to actually have won this game. I'm very excited, especially and to win it by a couple of touchdowns. I'll take it, Ryan. I'll take that win.
Is that me?
I think so.
Yeah, you weren't calling it a big win. You were just saying it was just another game.
Oh, I was wondering about my sound. I ESPN just started playing music.
I did hear you
playing the game.
I was worried, like from afar, it looked like it was a back and forth struggle until the third when we kind of got those 2 TDs and kept them at 0 for the quarter, and then saw that they were driving. I was like, oh shit, here it goes. They're going to come back, and really kept them to a field goal. So it looked good. And then we scored the extra point to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, I guess they the field goal was a good play or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember a lot about this game. We were having a blast.
I want to ask Ryan, what did he think? Granger report.
So I was at no point worried about this game, and I was actually hanging out with Daniel, one of our patrons, and we were talking about how
one of our friends. He's a friend.
I know, but I wanted to give him a shout out for being a better friend than others,
for paying us to be his friends.
That's right. No, but he turned to me at some point and said, "This is the way the game should be, just like us hanging out and not worrying too much about the game and just like just chilling," which is nice in a game where you can do that, I suppose, right? So I was looking through the stats though, and nothing stands out a whole lot about any of the offensive performances, but Old Dominion rushing was 16 yards total. And their quarterback had negative 37 yards, meaning he got sacked a whole bunch, which is great. I wish I would have watched all those sacks, but
you did. You did. You stood up and you cheered for all of them.
Good. All right. Good. I'm glad somebody was there to affirm that. But they had one rusher with positive yards at all, with 53 yards. So I mean, our defense really just made them one-dimensional, and I mean, that's what it's all about. So, you know what? I said it was an average game. Our defense put it on them. They're the standouts.
Did they make it up from last game? How they played?
I don't know, man.
No, because we lost the last game. So no, they did not. No. There's the only way to make up last game is Appy State.
Oh yeah. No, I mean that's just like a throwaway game,
So we were kind of talking about this in the Patreon group chat. So we're not mathematically eliminated from winning the division, and I'm not saying that we're going to win it by any stretch. But
there's some perfect circle now, right? Of win
the suck. The Sunbelt East circle Vortex. Of suck, whatever, because everyone's beat everybody. But so how funny would it be? So I think what we need basically to happen is because Appy and Coastal play Wednesday night. And so if Appy beats Coastal and then both those two teams lose out the rest of the season, then we would be, and we win out, then we would win the East. And I just think it would be absolutely hysterical. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but how hysterical would it be to win the East having lost to both Appy and Coastal? That would just be the GSU way, the state way.
going into the season, I had us winning the rest of the games minus Marshall. But Marshall is a beatable team. We can look at their record. That's a winnable game for sure. We could just win out. I mean, that could happen.
I think it's very possible to win out. I think we're a 2-point underdog this week against Southern Miss, and even being just a 2-point underdog, ESPN has us as has Southern Miss as a 64% chance of winning the game, which I feel like is unfair. If you're a 2-point underdog and they have a 64% chance of winning, they should be winning by more. If there's a 64% chance of winning, you should be winning by more than 2.
3-point home advantage, right? So they technically think we're better.
We're better on neutral. I think it opened up at 3.5 them, but the money has kind of come in.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think this is a winnable game against Southern Miss. I think that all the rest of the games, honestly, maybe it's a good thing we got JMU at the end of the season because they're definitely, like I said earlier, they're showing their signs of fatigue. They're getting all worn out by playing a full FBS schedule or a full FBS. I think they had 2 FCS teams on there, and they're only playing 11 games instead of 12 because they don't know how to use a calendar or something. That game at the beginning of the season, I said that game at the end of the season that at Marshall could be for the conference, for the division championship.
Still could be.
It could be, but it could be for something more. I mean, it could be for bowl eligibility. That game could actually really mean something up in West Virginia and near December. Another cold game.
I still don't know where Marshall is. I know it's in West Virginia, but I can't picture.
Huntington. You don't have Huntington, West Virginia on your mental lockdown. Well, West Virginia
is on the coast. State. Is it on the coast?
It's a coastal West Virginia
at the beach.
It's either a valley or a hilltop, one of the two.
Southern Miss, though, I mean they've been on a little bit of a tear. They've won their last 3, and it's not incredibly impressive.
But wasn't that last
maybe
against Lafayette?
Maybe, yeah, right. I mean, who cares about Lafayette?
They suck this year.
Maybe they're riding a little high, and we've been grounded, right? I mean, if our team isn't grounded right now, then there are serious problems, right?
we're in must win. So right now, yes, division championship is in. Mathematically there, but right now you're just going for that bowl eligibility. That's all you want.
Sure.
Win 3 more games, win 3 of 4 to get bowl eligible. But there is more on the table. We can't control it, but there's more on the table. So we got to play every game like it's our last game of the season. Like we're not going to get any more. I don't know if Southern Miss is prepared for the type of offense that we're able to run with a mobile quarterback and the rushing attack from Tucker Gregg, who set the record of the Georgia State record for most yards, which again we've only had football for a decade plus.
Right.
I thought it was interesting. So he beat Trey Barnett out. Trey Barnett, who played from 2016 to 2019, had the records. I'm like, all right, if we are consistently getting better and being such a short program that we've had, we should be doing this like every couple of years. We should be setting the rushing record. Every couple of years, we should be setting the touchdown record. Every couple of years, we should be setting the passing record because we should be getting that. That's a sign of us actually getting better. So I think, Ryan, I think you got into it with somebody on Twitter about this. And
I'll say it if you want me to.
Say
it's not a lot of go for it, Ryan. Say it.
No, I was in my head. I was like already having that conversation. I was setting it up. So no, but yeah, Ben announced that that Greg broke the record, and some dude, and I don't know what he seemed like maybe a Southern fan or something, the way he was being negative about us, but basically was saying like, if you settle for this, like this is why you're such losers, because you like settle for mediocrity and blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is like exactly the opposite of settling for mediocrity. We're celebrating the next step, right? It's always going to be another step forward, and we are consistently breaking these records. It's not like these records are from 2010 anymore. Right. There's not a lot of them. If there are any records from back then, there's not a lot. I mean, Ian Vance might still hold it, but the guy was he should be playing in the NFL. But yeah, I mean, I got into it with the guy and basically just said, yeah, if you're always moving forward, that's a good sign of the program. That's a good thing. We should always do that.
It's not celebrating It's not celebrating mediocrity. It's acknowledging the progression of the program.
That's right.
We're getting better.
That's exactly right.
Despite being a 3-5 record, we are improving our game. And hell, we play in a difficult division this year more so than any other season that we've had. This is a difficult division to play in. I said at the beginning of it, how lopsided everything looked. the West is probably going to host the conference championship more times than the East, only because the East teams are going to beat the hell out of each other, and you're not going to have a clear favorite. You're not going to have a one-loss conference team in the East. Everyone's going to, I guess, Coastal right now is one, but I'm fully confident in the Mountaineers.
They'll get a loss.
The East is going to win a bunch of games out West, is basically what you're telling me.
Right? Yeah, they're going to have to. They're going to fly. They're going to be having to buy a first class ticket for that trophy to sit in the plane on the way back every year. So
right,
they charted it.
Exactly. I think I would take that. I would take that expense. I'll donate towards that expense.
Yeah, I just don't want to go play. Like, it doesn't look like we're. If Georgia State is in the not saying this season, but just in general, if we're in the Sun Belt Championship game, it doesn't look like right now that game's being played in Louisiana at all. So I'm okay with that. I'll go to any of the other schools. I'll go to any of the other ones to watch that game.
Even Monroe.
And that's it. It's not happening in Louisiana. It's not happening.
Yeah, I mean that's a non-starter, Tim. I mean it's not even. It doesn't have to be considered. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, who cares?
David will get to the border, set up a TV, and tailgate.
I mean, so I've been consistent on this. At some point, I want to travel to Lafayette and or Monroe and tailgate there. I think
the Southern Miss
is probably going to be pretty solid, even with the trashy, Lafayette culture, whatever. But like the food's going to be good. I promise. Food's going to be great.
I want to take a bunch of like frozen Cajun food, like just go to the grocery store, go to the frozen department, and buy a bunch of frozen Cajun food, but frozen like shrimp and jambalaya, all that kind of crap, and just like throw it in a pot out on a tailgate and be like, "Hey guys,
jambalaya.
What do you call it? Jambalaya? It's a J-A.
I don't know what I call it anymore. You're making me question everything.
Exactly. But just throw that in a big pot over some like a little fire. It'd be just as good as the crap they put out there.
Oh Lord!
Wow.
There's no way. It's got to be better.
You're cutting deep, David.
It's got to be better.
It's not. I've had the food out there. It's not that impressive. It's
Lafayette?
Overcooked shrimp. It's in Louisiana. It's overcooked shrimp and the corn's probably pretty good, but corn's always good. You can buy frozen corn.
You can't mess up corn.
Yeah, even the worst corn I've had is still better than like
corn. Corn is the one
there.
thing that I will just like microwave and eat. Like,
have you put
like,
in the smoker?
I don't like microwave food.
Have you done the frozen
corn? Sounds good.
Frozen corn cobs on the smoker, Ryan? You should do that. It's really good. Like,
I will, but Kim, you know what I would do first? I would probably microwave them first.
No, I just threw them on there, and they were like the really bad frozen ones. Like, they already have the dented in kernels and crap like that. I threw the whole thing on a rack, and Kim, who gets mad at me about smoking everything or trying to smoke everything, she was like, "This is the best corn you've ever made. It's fantastic. It's got the juice. It's got the juice."
Nice. It's got the
That's
juice.
That's because Becca comments.
It's corn.
It's corn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Tim, you said you want to go to Southern Miss. That was one when we added the two teams. I've said several times the only two teams I cared about adding was Marshall and Southern Miss, and Southern Miss was the one that I wanted to go to visit the most. And it's happening this year. I cannot go, which means I won't be able to have another opportunity until my 50s. Just based off the way the schedule works out, and I don't know. I don't know if I'll physically be able to. Yeah, because I'm old. But are you going to go, Tim? Are you going to make the trip out to Hattiesburg?
I'd love to, but no, not this time around. So next one, I'm in.
It sounds like we got some folks in the State of Atlanta tailgate group heading out
there.
Do, which is cool. I wouldn't have expected it,
awesome.
But we got some folks.
I think it'll probably be a turnout. I think I said it in the group chat. I think it'll be this similar turnout that we had at Appy. Not a lot of people. It's going to be some parents, some diehards, and we're talking about 24 or so fans. Not going to be
take the under. Yeah.
But the sucky part about it is I'm going to Memphis this weekend, so I'm getting like halfway there and then just going
close
northwest instead of southwest. So I'm going to miss out.
You're going to get a lot closer than halfway there. You're going to be like in the middle of Mississippi.
Basically, I'm going to go to Birmingham. I'm going to Birmingham, and instead of going southwest, I'm going to go northwest and miss out on the game
through Mississippi.
Actually, yeah, the game's what time is the game? Game's like 3 or something.
I'll find out.
I may make I may make it to Memphis in time to go sit up at a bar and watch game.
Is it on ESPN Plus?
Well,
3
if
o'clock.
it's not on anything. Well, yeah, that did not answer the question that was asked.
3 o'clock on the Plus.
All right.
The Plus.
Well, we're always on the Plus. When
No,
are we
we're
not?
Well,
I mean, when we're on
you
TV,
could be on
we're
the
not.
linear networks. Yeah, I
but
don't know.
last bunch of away games, I have not been able to watch us on TV because we've been
on the network.
Proper ESPN.
I do not know.
I forgot you don't have TV. I forgot about that.
That's annoying because one of the only reasons I got ESPN Plus was so that I could watch Georgia State football, and I'm just like, you can get mad about being on national TV, I guess, because I am, but it's like, what do you got to buy? Cable package? I don't want it. I don't want a cable package.
You do, or you just sign up for free trials when you want.
No, you bootleg it. Join State of Atlanta. I post the link every time somebody asks. I got online links if anyone wants to watch football for free without cable. Don't worry about it. $3 a month.
only 2 spots left. Only 2 spots left at $3 a month.
That's
on
right.
Our Patreon page.
Then it's $10 a month.
I'll give you the pirated stream for ESPN. Boom.
or just text Ryan.
That's true. You could also probably just text me, but I feel like I should sell our product.
Yeah. You're
how are you feeling about Southern Miss? I don't know. We haven't talked about that part, right?
I every week I say we're going to win the game, and then most of the time we don't. But I feel like we're
going to win this one, though. Come on.
No, I got to.
It's a broken record. We have the ability to win this game. Yeah. I think we can. And if there's one thing that Georgia State teams since the beginning of the football program have done is beaten teams whose mascot are the Eagles. So I don't see why that tradition changes at all. We just continue beating the Eagles, and we can win the game.
Walking into ODU, I was telling everybody who had listened that this team can beat anyone on the schedule, but we can lose against anyone on the schedule, and that's what we've shown is that we're not a consistent team, which really sucks. But I think we're in good shape, and it's because of what I was talking about earlier. Where we're kind of grounded. We've lost our games. We got something to play for, and they're riding high on the last 3 wins. They think they're hot shit, and because it's kids. We're talking about kids here, and so I think our groundedness will put us in good shape. And frankly, I'll go ahead and criticize the coaches. I think that because all of that is true. It's a coaching problem, right? We should never been riding high this season. We never should have gone into any of these games thinking we didn't have to play it or, come in unprepared. And I think we have. It's problematic, but I think now we're in the point of the season where the team knows who they are and that they got to play a certain way or else they're going to lose the damn game.
Well, nothing's more evident than that Charlotte game about thinking we were better than we were, not playing up to our potential. I think that so we're 3-5. I think they're 5-3 right now. Despite the disparity in the records, I think we're the same team. I think we're capable. We're with the same level of play there. The ball has bounced their way. They've had a different schedule than we have. But I think we have the ability to beat them. They weren't that great last year. I think that we would have beaten them last year, no problem. I don't see why we can't put it together this year. So, Tim, to answer your question,
we all think we're going to win. I think, right? Yeah.
W.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't. We're not playing App. Let's look at it this way. We're not playing App State, right?
Thank God.
Yeah, it would be another loss. Probably.
They are black and gold.
And I want to talk about this again. I'm going to rub it in because I was the lone L on App State going into the season. Y'all thought we were going to win that game finally, and I was like,
"It's true.
It ain't the year." Now, to be very fair to y'all, I had no idea we were going to have 3 quarters of just absolute stomp, destruction, terrible, whatever the hell they did to us. Anything they wanted, right? I mean, I blacked out a little, so.
But someone was saying. I think this was, I can't remember if this was on Panther Talk or on the Sunbelt board, but someone was saying that we didn't bring heaters. I don't know how the whole heater thing goes, or they didn't want heaters to be on the sidelines and crap. No, I don't care. And the Coach Elliott was wearing just a short sleeve polo on the sidelines at Appy State.
Oh yeah, the announcers would not shut up about that.
To show that you got to be able to play the game in the cold, and people are saying, well, the players weren't prepared for it, and the cold when you're cold, you're shown to make poor decisions, and they weren't conditioned, blah, blah. And I'm like, I was there, Tim. We were there, despite the fact that it was in the 20s.
We kept drinking cold beverages.
I wasn't drinking ice cold beverages. I was not that cold. I do not think the cold. I don't think the temperature played a factor in that Iowa State. It's not like it was back in 2010 or 11.
The snow. Can you imagine?
In the 20s, I thought the day of it was like warmer than was expected, and that it wasn't that bad, but it was kind of windy, is what I heard. The announcers would not shut up about his short sleeves. They literally the entire game were talking about that, and I'm like, guys, he obviously doesn't care. It's fine. Like, it's obviously not that cold. You guys are in your booth. I don't care what you have to say about how cold it is.
If you've ever done anything remotely, like, any kind of activity at all outside when it's cold, standing there, it's very cold. As soon as you're moving around, running around, doing it's not cold anymore. There's no way those players were in those temperatures. There's no way those players were cold. It was not that. So I don't know how we got on that tangent, but maybe Brian's
because Panther Talk. You said Panther Talk complained about it.
There is another trend that's emerged on the Sunbelt groups, I guess. I'll call them that on Facebook. Every team that loses to us, it's their worst game. Every team.
Yeah, because they lost to us.
Yeah. Like, it was, what? It was our worst game. We lost to Georgia State. It's hilarious. It's like, no, the East is actually just a bloodbath, and there's a lot of parity. And any week, any team can win. It has no bearing on the overall win-loss record of that team. Like it
was your worst game because our defense just shut down your running game. Like, there's just no ifs, ands, and buts around it. Like, that will cause a bad game, and that's our fault.
Mm-hmm. We gave you a bad game. Those are fantasy football players because you're like, oh yeah, it was my bad week. I had a bad week. My players played bad that week, so that's why I lost the game. No,
we're supposed to be the ULM of the East. I think is what all the East teams are thinking.
Oh
yeah.
Oh no,
that's what it is.
Who is the ULM of the East?
The trash down south.
Marshall. No question about Marshall right now. I don't know.
No, trash down south. I'm down with trash down south.
They live in the crappiest town in all of the East. Monroe's the crappiest town in all of the West. I think it kind of makes sense. They're not good. They're not good at football. They've had some random success this season, but I mean, okay.
So I recently found out one of my coworkers is a Georgia Southern grad, and we were talking about it. And the way it came up was I was shit talking the trash down south, and she's just like, well, and I said something about like, where'd you go to school?
Oh,
she was like,
no comment.
Bless her.
No comment.
She goes, Georgia Southern, and I was like, I know, and like she sort of tried to defend them for like half a second, and then she was like, honestly, I would never go back to Statesboro, so like I don't even know why I'm doing this right now. And I was like, I know, right?
I've got friends, one particular friend who is a huge trash down south supporter, alum, and whatever. And he talks everything about it on social media, and he's big into it. He goes to like one game a year. I think it's homecoming or whatever. He was in the Greek life there. Whatever game his fraternity does their alumni thing, which would probably homecoming weekend. I'm not sure. That's like the only time he goes there. He has like zero interest in going. And on top of that, doesn't even come to Center Park.
The game here
when they play here. Yeah, he lives in
Atlanta. That's an easy one. I mean, that's like the easiest.
He lives in Metro Atlanta, but he lives in Atlanta and he still doesn't come to the game. No, and he's diehard. Like all of his posts are pretty much every post he has, even like in in April, is about trash down south football. Like doesn't even pay attention to basketball or anything.
Actions speak louder than words.
True, I agree.
You can't show up to a game. You're not diehard.
All right, so we're all agreeing that we're destroying Hattiesburg.
I don't know about destroying Hattiesburg, but I think we'll pull the W.
Domination.
Anywhere between a 1-point win and what you just said.
Yeah, we got that covered.
All right,
I think
want to get on
time.
Oh. Let's leave that to last call. Leave all that to last call. All right.
Definitely leave it in. Anyway.
Oh, heyo.
We've got basketball, guys. Basketball is back in the brand new Convocation Center. There was
breaking news.
That was played. Well, I don't know, that's breaking news. So there was a game last night, exhibition game. Oh,
if it doesn't show up on ESPN, is it a game?
Did it show up on ESPN?
No. I actually tried to find the score a bunch last night. I don't know where the hell y'all were finding the score. It wasn't anywhere to be found. Well, I don't go there for anything. It was useless for most everything up until yesterday, and so why would I trust them to have that when ESPN doesn't?
If you ever want to know a score of a game, go to GeorgiaStateSports.com.
No, I go to ESPN.
No, they don't have every sport. They don't care.
And they have a nice little thing where I can say, alert me when a score happens and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, but instead of that, you could actually go to this website and watch the entire time. Nothing.
Just
watch the score
change.
Watch the
game. You watch the score change.
You just watch the score change.
Yeah, we played Morehouse, and these exhibition games, these are the games that I expect us to win by 30, 50 points or something like that. And we eked it out. It ended up being a double-digit win, I think, but barely. Like some of the pictures being posted on social media were single-digit leads throughout the game.
What I saw on Twitter was a couple of our starters were not playing to begin with, and then one of them got hurt partially through the game and was out too. So we were down 3 starters for the game.
So our scrubs beat them. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and we went. Right. Well, those starters are actually out for a few weeks. They're not going to be back next week.
Right, they're not playing Tech
the home
either.
Opener. Or for Tech either, right? And we went 3 from 24. Not to get all statty, but we went 3 from 24 for the 3-point shots. 3.
It's not good, right?
No, that's not a good number. I don't like that number at all.
What if we hired Hunter back as an assistant? Because he had the guys shooting 3-pointers lights out.
RJ or coach?
Whatever, man. I think RJ has it in him. I'm down to try.
So either.
I'm down to try.
I feel like Coach Hunter already has a pretty lucrative career in Tulane. RJ,
I don't care. We're not talking about real life here. All right, we're talking about.
Then yes, let's bring all the sharpshooters in.
Maybe it was just an adjustment to the new Convocation Center.
They've been practicing there.
The glass windows they lost sight lines of the basket.
Maybe they just need to knock the rust off.
Maybe
basketball traditionally has a lot of rust.
It does, and that's weird to me that it seems like it's consistent through now multiple coaches that we seem to start cold and other teams don't always do that. And I don't know what it is, right? I don't believe in programs specializing in one thing or another. I don't actually think that's real, and so I think it's weird that we've I think a coach might do that, but it's weird that multiple coaches would do that in a row.
It's just us.
Well, so if we are bad at if we have a cold start when we play Coastal Georgia on Monday, it'll be their 4th game of their season already. They've already played 2, they're playing 1 right now as we record this. So they'll be a little warmed up for a game, and I'm a little nervous. I'm calling. I'm hitting the panic button already. Off of one exhibition game win, I'm hitting the panic button. I'm hitting the panic button.
Too soon.
Coach Hayes may not be the real deal. He may not be it.
Wait.
Who are you?
Wait. One game, he might not be it.
Yes.
There was last weekend a 5-star recruit that took a visit to Georgia State.
Yeah. Did he dress for this game?
No. When's the last time you heard of that?
No, never. It's never happened. And that was fantastic. And those pictures they did were amazing. I'm not sure if he thought that he was going to be playing basketball for Georgia State or modeling for Georgia State. Because it was all about getting
hugging the
both.
SBC trophy.
Yeah.
He's hugging it on the big screen. I love it.
The flag on the roof.
The big screen, cool. Him coming in to the Convocation Center with the picture of him hugging the Sunbelt trophy, all that kinds of. That's all those kind of things you see from all the movies and how they try to recruit these guys, blue chips, and all that kind of fun stuff. it was great. But then when they have him on the roof, I'm kind of like, wait, is he here for us or are we here for him?
Roof? What was that?
He was on the roof of the Georgia State flag.
He was on the roof of the flag. Yeah.
On the roof of the Convocation Center, waving the flag.
He literally did that?
Yes.
We need to pressure wash that already, by the way.
5-star recruit, y'all.
We need to pressure wash that roof a little bit. It's a little dirty up there.
Dirty. That's my point, though. Is it look
committed.
Like
he's in?
Is he 100% committed?
He's all blue, all in. He's gonna go.
And then he'll take like five more visits. Yeah, go to Kentucky or something like that. Yeah,
North Carolina.
Yeah, I like the color. I like the color, but I want to play for Kentucky. Yeah. No. I mean, if he's listening, Trenton would love to have you dress out for Georgia State.
You would be a star, right?
So here's the deal: we could bomb this whole season, and that would not indicate that Hayes is not the answer, right? It's first year.
Fire him.
First year, and it's a rebuilding year, right? Like the whole roster got destroyed. It's like all new. Everyone's new.
90% of scoring went away, or something like that.
Yeah. I had my hopes up. He's only ever coached 4 games ever as a head coach. This was a bad hire. We should have never brought him in.
Didn't he win them all?
I mean, we're a pretty spoiled bunch of fans, right? Like, we want a rebuilding year to be winning the Sun Belt.
Basically, Coach Hayes is 5 of 5 right now.
Tournament or bust every single year.
No rebuilding.
You're not wrong.
Never.
No rebuilding.
You're not wrong. Tournament or bust, but we're not going to fire the guy.
Fire him right now.
Does not mean fire the guy. It means like, hey,
he
dude.
did not beat Morehouse. Put Jarvis in. I want Jarvis to be the head coach now. I don't want Jonas.
Does he have any eligibility left?
No, head coach. I'm going to head coach. Jonas is out. Jarvis is in. They don't even change the picture on the roster page. The head coach.
No.
Change the picture. Just same picture.
David, what makes you think that Jonas is the picture right now?
That's a good point. Who knows?
They just took a picture of Jarvis and they did a mirror of it or something.
Ryan, I think you're onto something. I think that Jonas was out last night trick or treating with his kids, and he had his brother. Actually,
he's like both of them in the same place at the same time.
Fire Jarvis. We don't want him anymore. He's a detriment to the team. He's not good enough.
Well,
Jonas is like, you almost lost the game.
Blame it on Jarvis. We can be like, Jonas wasn't even there. What the hell?
Damn it, Jarvis! You almost lost our home opener exhibition game. You know.
All because your nephews and nieces. I don't even know. Does Jonas even have kids? I've got no idea. Maybe Jonas was out trick or treating. He's that tall guy that shows up at your house and you're trick or treating, kind of like, well, I'm not going to tell you can't have candy.
Does that happen to you often?
Oh, yeah, well, I get some big like 16, 17, 18-year-olds in my house, and I'm like, yes, sir, you may have whatever candy you would like.
they tap their hip like trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Yes, they do. Yes, I live in that area of town.
You go eat that cornbread.
Yes, my wrapped up cornbread I have in my
in the bowl of candy.
I don't know why it made me think of that. It made me think of that. All right, and cornbread sounds good.
So last night was our unofficial opening of Convocation Center, and I
had to go.
What
are the reports?
Did you go?
Thing that I don't got. No, I was trick-or-treating my kids. No, I got a picture posted from Panther Talk about the concession prices, and I know we all knew the dollar concessions.
No more dollar.
In the past. That's fine. I don't expect dollar. A bottle of you buy a Coke or a Diet Coke, whatever soda, $6. $6 for a bottle of soda. A cheese pizza, which I'm sure is garbage pizza, is $8. Pepperoni, another $1, $9. Like, this is absolutely absurd. Like,
it's only $1 for pepperoni. That's kind of nice.
Well, $1 extra.
I know it's only $1 for pepperoni. Is all I'm saying.
Pepperoni all day.
Pepperoni ever.
Let me just get pepperoni, no pizza, $1.
Exactly. Just the pepperonis.
Just give me a little stack of pepperoni for $1.
Give me 6 pizzas worth of pepperonis. I'm doing my own little charcuterie board. Yeah, and I need so they sell the the nachos, this goes with that. The nachos are sold chips and dips separate. So chips are $4. Then you get your cheese cup for $3 or salsa for $2. So give me the pepperonis for $1 a piece. Give me 6 of those. And then give me some just a cheese cup for $3. I can dip my pepperoni in the cheese cup. I think I think we found our loophole in the secret menu.
We're good.
The secret menu at the Convocation Center.
Pepperoni
Figured it
and
out.
cheese cups.
I feel like the bottled beverages should be 4 or 5 max, right?
I mean,
Well,
so
then
at a gas station now, the
Calorie
bottled sodas have made it.
$2.25.
They made they're like was it 2 for $4 or 1 for like $2.50 or $3 or something like that. So I get it. The prices have gone up, but $6 just seems ridiculous. And I don't know if that's a 20-ounce soda or if that's the little mini cans, the little 6-ounce cans of soda or something.
That'd be awesome if it is the mini cans.
It's just absurd. It's so stupid. With the Falcons, and then I guess the Hawks have done this, and the United have done this, the same thing. The fan first pricing, where they're trying to make things like equitable. This is ridiculous. It's absurd. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna go in drunk, and I'm gonna sit there and watch my
buy
game.
beer, and the beer is gonna be worse.
Beer was not sold last night, but I did reach out to Athletics, and it was just because of last night. Beer will be sold at future games, all future
$18.
Yes, that's the question. Like how bad is it going to be for the beer? You're going to get like a mixed ultra for
$6. It's going to be 12, 10 or 12
for a Mick Ultra.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
it's bad
based on the prices that we saw. Like that. That's where we're at. And did we want to get into other like benefits and stuff, or are we gonna do that in last call? Let's,
the premium club.
They changed. They changed the name of the seating sections. Changed the donation requirements for the pack events, and Ryan, what do you want to say about it?
I was a little upset to hear about this because I felt like it was a mystery about whether or not there were going to be pack events at all. But last year I went to a number of games and with David with his tickets. Thank you, David. And was brought into the pack event, which was upstairs, and they had a little food, and they'd have a couple tickets for beer, and whoever didn't want a drink, they'd give your tickets to them, and you could drink a bunch up there.
Extra beer. Yeah.
And I had a good time because to me it's all about socializing. I'm not super into basketball, and I went to a bunch of games and I had a really good time, and I said, you know what, we're gonna have this new Convocation Center, and that was a good thing. And even though this is a mystery, I'm gonna up my donation level, and I'm gonna buy club seats with my friends because it's about socializing. That's like important to me. And now I didn't realize this, but they had already settled on it's $2,500 donation to get into this like pack event, which is not even like in a place where you can watch the game either. So you can go down there if you want, but you're not gonna be able to watch the game, and only if you donate just an obscene amount would you be able to get in there at all. And I'll tell you, like last time when we had it there, they had it like some basic beers and basic wines, and that's fine. I'm not complaining at all. And they would have like some cold sandwiches or some
Jimmy John's
or something like that. But if you're donating $2,500 for this benefit, you better be getting better than macaroni and cheese balls. I'm like seriously, like you're better. So I don't know what they're planning here, like what the deal is, but it feels like they're gonna cater to 20 people who probably aren't even gonna come to basketball games, and like what's the deal? I don't know. I'm frustrated.
Do the macaroni and cheese balls have dipping sauces? Because that actually sounds pretty delicious right now.
They don't. They do not have dipping sauces, David. They don't.
Oh man.
Well, Ryan, now. So the little nugget that you don't know is that the PrAC benefits on the Convocation site still say basketball event at our level.
We can sue?
No.
Do you take a screenshot?
We have
it's still there. It's still there now. Yeah.
Hey, College of Law students, represent us. We want to sue for our pack event. Give us our free booze. Give us a free.
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. I really enjoyed the pack events. I think it was fun.
That's where I want to watch the football. I mean, the football game. See, I don't care about basketball. That's where I want to watch the basketball game from.
I want to go to a basketball game, have a TV set up a pack event where I can sit down and watch a football game the entire time.
I don't want that, but like, I just do not care that much about basketball. But I had a lot of fun with you guys up in the pack event.
Yeah, we're a lot of fun.
Do we have like dollar seats we can buy and then go out at half and go keep drinking and then come back and watch the second half?
I've got 2 tickets and my wife never comes, so I've got to in and out.
You got exit entry, yeah.
Exactly. They should do that. Oh yeah, the blue lot tailgating. That's where we'll be. Blue lot, free parking for everybody for in the blue lot for games.
But I'm looking forward. From our feedback that we got, it sounds like blue lot was a little crowded. Even last night, it was a little crowded.
I think they need to rope off some areas because on game day or on like the weekday games where there's classes, I think that morning or the night before they need to rope off the closest spots over there by the Olympic, the cauldron and everything. That those spots need to be blocked off so that you don't have students parking in the premium tailgating spots for the games. I don't know if they're going to do that. I'm sure they've not thought about it. I don't want to be parking all the way down by the video board that's advertising Georgia Tech season basketball tickets.
That's Georgia player. It's a Georgia player down there. On the
is it a Georgia player?
He's got an NIL for a lawyer. But there is literally a Georgia player in a Georgia outfit, like, putting his arms up on our video board. On our video board.
That video board is not owned by athletics. It's owned by the Georgia State Foundation. And the Georgia State Foundation is charged with getting as much money as they possibly can for the foundation for Georgia State.
They're losing money for the foundation by airing that video on that video board.
It's a travesty. I think that Dr. Blake should be like, no other universities should ever be advertised on that video board. That's a hard no. I don't care how much money they're paying. It's a hard pass.
Could you imagine if Southern was on that board?
I was telling they should do it. Hell, honestly, if I was the Southern AD and I found out that video board is up for sale for anybody that pays top dollar, I would do it. I would do it if I was them. And it's horrible. They should not do it. It should be a hard stop. It should not be allowed for anything. I tell my wife, if I won the $1 billion Mega Millions or Powerball, whatever it was, which I won't win because I didn't buy a ticket, that I would buy the video board from the foundation and only put State of Atlanta ads on it.
How altruistic.
And nothing else.
And maybe throw a bone to Georgia State Athletics every once in a while.
Well, for our section tickets once we have them, so it'll help Georgia State Athletics because it'll be our section.
Once we have our own, but we also have a section in the football stadium.
You see, they already confused me. I said it'll help us with Georgia Athletics. They already confused me putting the Georgia player on there. Like they don't understand the damage they're doing.
Yeah. All right,
macaroni and cheese balls and Georgia players.
Man, I didn't eat dinner tonight. I've had wine and vodka and now beer.
Also, those macaroni and cheese balls are pretty good, but not $2,500 good.
I want like a chili sauce dipping sauce thing for them.
You're not wrong. Good. A sweet Thai chili would be really
good. I was gonna say Thai chili,
right? Amazing. Oh, whoops. You know what? I stopped myself like 10 times before that moment, but
it doesn't matter.
Cheese balls with Thai chili sauce, you got me. Still not $2,500.
Any parents that are forcing their kids to listen to this podcast up to this point, those kids have checked out. They're on their tablets. They're somewhere else. We gotta kill this out. But one thing I want to say is I noticed this. So for this Coastal Georgia game we have on Monday, which I will not be at, it's listed as an exhibition game for Coastal Georgia, but it's a full-fledged game for us.
It's on ESPN.
And I reached out to it's on the Plus, and I asked Ben about this, and he's like, apparently because they're a Division II or a Division not one, whatever they are, whatever they're classified as,
NAIA,
they get to pick what games are exhibition or not. I felt like if a game's an exhibition, it's an exhibition. Like it's almost like no rules matter.
There's an agreement, right?
Yeah, it doesn't count, but they get to call it an exhibition game, and we're going to count it as an actual win for us, which seems like absolute BS to me. But apparently that's a thing. Whatever.
Well, I'll take the win as long as we win, as long as we can do it.
They also don't list their games at where they're played. Like their location is like the city they're played in, but not like the arena. So if you look at any schedule on any athletic site I've ever looked at, and I've looked at a lot of them for this, and just the fact that I'm obsessed with schedules, they always list like Convocation Center, Sports Arena,
right,
whatever this the name is. Theirs is like home games, Brunswick, Georgia, playing us up here in the Convocation, Atlanta, Georgia, like. They're not paying attention to the actual name of the arena, which
it could be anywhere in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in Brunswick?
Anywhere.
Their fans, if they have fans, are going to show up and they're going to just like follow the signs to Atlanta and be like, get out of their car and be like, "Where's the game? I'm at 0 mile marker. Where's the game?
I went to Atlanta. Where do I go?
You're in the wrong area of Atlanta. So, all right. We can close this out and go to last call if you guys are good.
Yeah, I should go tinkle.
Yeah,
men's soccer won tonight. Excellent. You didn't mention that.
Oh, men's soccer, they did win. Well, we were
3-2.
So yeah, that was the final game of the season, and now they go into the SBC tournament. Women's soccer won yesterday. I don't know who they play, but that was the first round of the Sunbelt tournament for the women's soccer, and now they're going to face the Trash Down South in the conference championship tournament, whatever it's called. So go ladies, beat the hell out of them. It's always fun to beat them in any sport possible. So, all right, last call.
Let's do it.
Question mark. Excellent. All right. Thanks, Brian, for listening. We are going to take a potty break and then head over to last call where we'll talk a little bit more about this episode, about Georgia State, whatever else may come up, which Ryan cooked a pork butt today, so I'm sure it's all he's wanting to talk about. And you can find it on our Patreon page at patreon.com/stateofatlanta.
Find my butt there.
You get access. You get
that's on OnlyFans. Come on now.
Yeah, that's not that. That's not there. That's somewhere else.
That's on our OnlyFans. No, you get early access to last call on our Patreon. Man, you guys are screwing me up on here. $3 Actually, the real thing is the group chat. That's the real benefit to the Patreon. We have so much fun talking to our Patreon
group chat's awesome
about Georgia State on an hourly basis. We have everything going on. It's a lot of fun. I would encourage you guys to join for just that reason. But you also get discounts on our merchandise. You get early access to last call. We'll get you on last call. We do that sometimes. It's a lot of fun. So please consider joining. We have 2 spots left at $3 a month, and then it goes up from there. But check it out and consider joining. Thanks for listening. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.
I said say goodbye. I said say goodbye, guys, right when Ryan took a huge drink of his beer, and Tim does not say anything until Ryan's done. So that was why there was that weird, awkward pause.
Awkward.
So. Gotta wait for Ryan.
We'll talk to you next week when the Panthers are 4-5 in football and 1-0 in basketball. Thanks for listening. Bye.